Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Xbox Live episode 298, Halo Wars 2. I am one of your hosts, Mark, aka Wingman709, and with me this week, the full regular crew is back. Welcome back, Braun, as he's doing his pre-show exercises so he doesn't pull a hammy or anything.
Yeah, it's. I'm still on the roller coasters. Beside me. So, BJ Swick
Vacation's
33.
over, buddy.
Not for 2 more days for me. It is in sunny Florida. It's over, but as far as here, it's not. So,
And
but
also we got Rob with us.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Also known as Prestar on Xbox Live.
So, welcome. We apologize for the late start, but that was all my fault. So, I think we're going to be changing up our times here. So, Sundays are just not working for me. So, we will have news on our Facebook group for you this week of when we're going to switch that. So, next week we will probably not be here on Sunday night. But we'll let you know when we will have a show next week. It'll just be a different date and time going forward. So we'll keep you updated on that, and check out our website, thisxboxlife.com, and also you can continue to support us, your 3 wonderful hosts, and also don't forget those amazing co-hosts that fill in for us, and we appreciate it. But you can support us by going to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon if you're in the U.S., and if it'll take you right to the U.S. store. If you are out of the country and would still like to support us, go to our main page and click the Amazon link. It will direct you to our affiliate link at the closest Amazon store to you. And that's how you can support us. So, no need to send us money. Just make your regular purchases at Amazon and using our links, and we'll benefit from that. So we really appreciate all you guys are doing. With that said, we have started talks we haven't confirmed anything, but next week, I promise, we will have a contest started next week, and we will be giving away full retail games or $60 gift cards, whichever you prefer. We will start that contest next week, so be sure to tune in next week to 299 for all the details on how you can win a full digital or retail disc-based release of your choice. Sort of. We still got to work that out, right, guys? Because we can't be giving no 12-year-old GTA 5. So
correct.
we might have to put just to protect ourselves. It might have to be a teen or lower rated game just to protect ourselves.
And I think that has to apply to both physical age and mental age as well.
Oh man, then I'm stuck on E for everyone.
I was going to say I'd be out of it then.
So we'll figure something out, but we
Yeah.
can't be handing out GTA 5 just to anybody. So we'll figure something out here. We may just give you a gift card to buy whatever game you want from Amazon.
That's probably
That might just be the safest bet. So
Yeah.
that way you can get your digital or physical copy if you want. So, but we're going to give you that option. You can we'll give you the $60 gift card right from Xbox gift card, or we'll give you probably a $60 gift card from Amazon. So if you want to buy a physical copy, then you can, and that way it removes the limitations of, you want to buy a GTA 5 as an 8-year-old, then it takes us out of the loop. So we can't be sued because we ain't got no money. All right, so with that, welcome back, both of you guys, to the show.
Thanks.
It's good to have. It's been a couple of weeks now since we had the full crew.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rob, did you get any gaming done this week?
Yeah, a little bit. I got my son. Yesterday was his birthday, so I am, I guess, corrupting him with Disney Infinity now. So he's
Whatever,
had it
you
for...
bought him GTA 5, admit it.
No, he's going to win that on the first contest.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Oh, but-
Responsible parenting right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So he's had Disney Infinity for his 3DS for, I don't know, actually since Christmas. And if you're familiar with that version, it's kind of, lame, where all it is just some toy box type of thing, and it's just some goofy little mini games, basically. So he would watch some videos and stuff on YouTube of Infinity, and we always had like, hey, when you're 7 or when you're older, you can handle a controller, you can get it. And I kind of surprised him on his 6th birthday, he got Infinity for the 360,
Oh boy.
and so it begins.
I hope he got some more money set aside.
I don't.
Daddy, I need the Captain Jack. Daddy, I need Mr. Incredible. Daddy, I need every other Disney character ever created. And
Yeah,
now they're coming out with the Marvels, and the Star
that's
Wars
yeah,
is gonna be there. So,
yeah, that's
dude,
true.
that's why I didn't pull the trigger. I learned my lesson with Skylanders.
Yeah, I've got the Skylanders sitting in the closet right now. I don't know when he's going to get that, but
You
I'll
did a
deal with
double
Infinity.
whammy.
No, he only knows about one of them. He doesn't know much about Skylanders.
Yeah, but if you give that to him, then oh boy,
Yeah, that's gonna be a little ways down the road. That's for sure.
you're a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, but yeah, we got a little bit of that in yesterday and also this evening, and it's cool to see, just like I don't know, the 6-year-old mentality playing these games, and it's also frustrating.
Jump, jump, jump.
It's like I'm getting ready to do something, and wham! He punches me on accident. Sorry, Daddy.
Oh,
But yeah, it should be interesting. And he got what, Phineas and Ferb in the Cars ones also for his birthday from other people. So that was kind of nice. But yeah, so our Disney Infinity adventure is beginning, and I still don't know what to make of the game. And hey, actually, here's a quick question, because Mark, did you play Skylanders with your kids? Like
yes.
is it split screen?
No, you're all on one screen.
Okay, but okay, because one thing that what's it called, Infinity does is that it wants the other person to log in their profile, and I've just been doing guest.
Hmm.
If you set up a profile for like a child, do they need like a whole email address and everything?
Not
Or
on
can,
the 360.
okay,
You
so
can
you
do a
can just
local.
do.
You can do local accounts.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, because that's
Okay,
what I
so
did with my kids. They have their own profiles, but they're not in there. They're not Xbox Live accounts. They're just
okay,
local profiles.
and if they're local on your hard drive per se, then you can just add them into the games, no issues, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, I'll have to do that next time we play.
So you can give your son the gamer tag of Death Slayer, and you'll be good to go.
There you go. Daddy, what does Slayer mean? What does that mean? But okay, so there was Disney Infinity, and then I also picked up Wolfenstein, and I got a little bit of gaming of that in today, and it was interesting. At the beginning of it was kind of frustrating a little bit. I just kept getting killed almost immediately, kept having to restart, and then I kind of got in the groove a little bit. But I'm liking it a little bit. I kind of like that whole Nazi alternate future type of storyline, and it's always something that's been kind of intriguing me with some of the movies and so forth. So it was kind of neat to just go through that. And I don't think the game got very good reviews in the past, but well, so far from what I've played, which has been probably a little bit over an hour and a half, something like that, it's been entertaining, and I've enjoyed it. And for those of you that are interested, it's $33 at Costco right now, so it's quite a deal.
That is cheap.
Yeah, which is why I picked it up. Again, not a digital version, unfortunately. So
How you gonna do that, man?
so now I've got my little stack of cases. I was thinking of, where I was thinking of just going digital only, but man, I'm sorry, my wallet talks. If I can get it cheap enough, I'll be cheap and get the disc version. But other than those two, there was something else that I played, but I can't think of it right now. It was on the 360, I think it was because I was going through there and I was clearing off my hard drive, just deleting all the old demos and stuff like that. And I thought I played something, but I can't remember what it is. But that should be about it for me. How about you, Brun?
Well, I saw a lot of your Disney Infinity things at Disney World when I was there last week.
The Biggins?
Yeah, so I didn't really get to play much. The Steam sale obviously started Wednesday, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
So I got Banished. I played some of that. I've gotten Planetary Annihilation, which I'll probably play tomorrow. But other than that, I haven't had a chance to do anything. So I think I had like 30 minutes of game time the last week or so. But that's really it for me. So, Mark?
Pretty much all I did this week is Saints Row the 3 or Saints Row the 3rd. Did played a lot of that. Finished up all the DLC because the DLC was on sale. I think it was on sale, or a season pass was on sale for like $10 or something. So I got all the DLC. So Democulus and I went through and completed all 3 of those DLC packs and had fun with that. Some of it was fun. I know we had a bit of a challenge on one of them, so we took a day off, came back and whoop, knocked it out like nothing, like it was nobody's business. It's like once you get frustrated, man, you might as well just give up, and that was surely what happened. We were just getting frustrated, and we had to come back. And once you calm down and come back another day, then it's like, oh, that was easy. So I think I'm down to 2 achievements in that game. And one of them is just doing all the challenges, which is kind of what I'm working on. And then I'm going to have to replay the game because I didn't know. It was like, oh, in Act 1, there's 2 achievements. You got to choose a different, do you pick A or pick B? You get an achievement for either one. Well, I didn't know that, so I played the whole game. So now to get that, what will end up being my one remaining achievement, I'll have to replay the first third of the game again. And then remember, what was it I picked last time, and make sure I picked the opposite. So, but if I get the challenges done, then I will do that to complete it. So, because I'm like at 98% on it. There's only 2 achievements left in that game, and it's fun. I really like Saints Row 3 and 4. I didn't care for the first 2, but I really have enjoyed 3 and 4. They're just, I don't know, they're just a lot of fun. It's just mayhem, so I enjoy it. And I can't remember if I said this last week. I don't know if I finished it off at the beginning of the week. I did finish the Dead Rising 3 Super Ultra Dead Rising 3 whatever.
Oh yeah, the
remix.
Alpha. Yeah, I did complete that. I got Dead Rising 3 back to 100%. So every achievement is mine, baby. So
how was that?
I loved it, man. I thought that DLC, when I first saw it at E3, I was like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
But when I first played it, I just started laughing. And it's interesting because people who will really love it will be those that are nostalgic or, some, old school gamers who've done a lot of those Capcom games from back in the day. Because you end up playing as like some of these old Capcom characters and get their powers in the game. And the game is, you're playing it in, what is the name of that town? Los Perditos. But there's like these like 8 or 16-bit power-ups and stuff, and your characters everything's kind of arcade-ish looking from back in the day, and it's just a lot of fun. They kind of just had fun with it, and it was I really enjoyed it. So played it all. It was a lot of hours in the DLC, so there was a lot of replay for the $10 for the DLC. If you wanted to get all the achievements, there's definitely your $10 worth. I've got several hours playing that, numerous hours, just that one DLC, and I had fun the whole time. So, it's cool. But that's it right now. I'm really stuck on Saints Row 3, and then when I complete that one, I want to go and complete 4 because I'm really close to having that one 100% too. So, kind of working on those, which is weird because I've been on my 360. I haven't been on my Xbox One, really. I did watch reminder. Every Street United second episode was available today. So if you watched the Street Soccer show, the second episode's available. So just a reminder. But yeah, that's it for me.
This one, the first thing I did when I got home was I went on and downloaded the Games for Gold, seeing that they had those extra games this month.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I went in, I actually hit on there. I'm like, hey, purchase this game. And I actually purchased the Xbox One version, the Spartan Assault and the,
Max.
was it
Max.
Max? Yeah, got Max. Like, I don't even have an Xbox One, but I hit it, boom, boom, and hit them both. And
Yeah, I get it.
yeah, they gave it to me.
Yeah,
So.
because when you have your console, then you can play it.
Yep.
Maybe someday in the future.
So
So
now the question I had, and I don't know if you guys have come across this. I was under the impression, we talked about this several weeks ago when they announced that the Games for Gold, and they said that when Spartan Assault and Max Curse of the Brotherhood were going to be the Games for Gold for Xbox One. I swear I recall reading, and we talked about it, that they stated you would also get those games on the 360 because I made a big deal about saying we're going to essentially get 7 games free. Now,
Right.
I went to get those on my 360, and they currently are asking for money.
yeah,
So even though I own them. So I guess that's not working, but that is what they said.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but I'm
So-
I'm not saying that we didn't read it, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, because we had a discussion about that. We read the article, right? I think it was from Major Nelson or maybe on Xbox Wire. I'll have to look it up because I've had someone ask me about that. Say, hey, I thought we were supposed to get these free, and I'm like, I thought so too. And I went and looked,
Yeah.
and they want money for them. So, 'cause I was like, man,
Maybe
I'll
it's-
download both of them on the 360 because I didn't buy them on the 360.
yeah. Yes, to me, I was kind of like, oh, I can play Max, and it was just like, oh, buy the Xbox One version. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe not. So I'm looking on. I'm trying to look right now, but nope, they don't give you the option to do the other one. So
Right.
Okay,
But-
let's see. Here's the article. So maybe this isn't the right one. Yeah, this doesn't look like the right one because it was the announcement. This is just saying it's now available. So I'll find out. I'll look it up and see if I can find out where that was.
yeah,
Even here
it's
it says 5. They have an article on news.xbox.com where they say 5 great games for the Xbox One and the 360. This is not the same article. This is actually detailing each one. So I think they changed their tune because this is not the same article. Because they
Alright.
mentioned it would be available on both platforms. Because I was like, man, that's like 7 games, but it's not.
yeah,
So, but still. It's awesome. These are great games. So, but anyways,
Yeah, that must have been a while ago, right?
yeah.
it was before,
That's before.
E3 when they were
week or
announcing
two before.
everything early. Yeah.
Do we know what July? Vigil's asking if we know what July is.
I have not seen anything
Oh,
yet
what
for
they
July.
are?
Yeah. I do not know what they are either.
They don't have them listed yet.
Yeah. It's usually not, well, I was going to say it's usually not until the last week or so of, the month before, but that is this week. Well, we'll probably hear about it this week, to be honest.
Probably. Yeah.
So,
All right.
Yeah, I remember seeing a website that had like rumored games, and they were usually right on.
yeah.
Can't seem to find that.
All right.
So let's move
Topics?
on to our topics. I think
Nice.
Rob's got the first one.
Okay, so first up, there was a game on the PlayStation Vita called what the heck was it? Drinkbox, which to me is kind of just one of your typical casual mobile style games, which I lose interest after about 3 seconds with. But anyway, this game Drinkbox, which is I guess known for its spirited WrestleVania game, Guacamelee. They've come out with a new version of Tales from Space Mutant Blob's Attack. This is coming to the Xbox 360. Well, actually, it's not coming. It came last week, so it is available for a mere $8. This game follows you as a irritable blob. That's their words, not mine. And you squeeze through pipes, shoot around the place, bounce off of things, do blobby kind of stuff. Also remind me a little bit of those Katamari games, where you kind of roll over things and you suck. But anyway, this thing's out in America and in Europe, across a bunch of different platforms over there. So you might want to check it out if you like those style of games. And that is all.
All right. Well, I was just on, like I said, I got on Xbox.com. I downloaded my games. Well, now on Xbox, Xbox.com, you can also see your Xbox One achievements. I know that was one thing that's kind of been missing, but, everybody can go out there and see what you got. Now, I'm pretty
sort of.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, one thing that I can't tell is my Xbox One achievements. So when I go to my account, I see all my Xbox 360 games, but really not seeing the other stuff.
And I looked at this today, and I go to Xbox.com, and I get my normal profile there, and I go to my activity feed, and it still does not show Xbox One stuff, and it even says at the top, view your Xbox One profile, friends, achievements, and more now on Xbox One Smart Glass. And then under the social, there's an Xbox One tab. I click that. I'm like, oh, maybe they're there. Nope. Go to Smart Glass. So to see them, and I went back to this article, and I'm like, well, they're saying it's available. It's a different link that is not even available if you log into the normal website. Like if you go to Xbox.com and you get to your normal profile, because I was looking, I'm like, well, there's got to be a link to see your achievements on the Xbox One, and there's not. So you have to go to account.xbox.com, and then for the US, it's /EN-US/achievements. And then it's not even an activity feed. It doesn't show you an order of what you last played, because all the Xbox One stuff's at the top. Like the first one I've got is Killer Instinct. Well, I haven't played that in forever. Like Watch Dogs is listed like the 5th one, and that's the only Xbox One game I've been playing. So and then you scroll down, you'll see your 360 stuff.
Yeah.
Or your Xbox Windows games as well. And I think those look like they're sorted properly, but the Xbox Ones, it just shows every game you've played. So it's not an actual activity feed.
Yeah, it's the last game played is at the top. But there's no sorting, there's no searching.
Not on the achievement side. Not if you're, well, you don't have Xbox One, so maybe
I'm just talking about the 360. Yeah.
Right. So for me, and Rob, if you can check it out, you want to, it just shows like it even has like the third game listed as Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which I have a 1 achievement on, and I sent it back to GameFly and said this is garbage. That's like showing like number 3. Like, no. Mm-hmm. Watch Dogs would be the last played on Xbox One. So it's kind of weird. So you got to go to that link. In fact, I will post this link in our Twitch feed here.
I just did.
Oh, okay. Well, there it is a second time. So
it doesn't hurt to put it in there more than once.
There you go.
So yeah, I mean, maybe it's something they're going to flush out, because this doesn't. There's no sorting. There's no searching. There's no.
And why can't they just put it on the activity feed? I mean,
this has just been thrown together, if you ask me. But
Yeah, there's no reason why they couldn't put it into the activity feed. The Windows stuff is there. Yeah. The 360 stuff is there. Why can't you put it into that activity feed? That makes no sense whatsoever. So, Xbox One stuff is still not there. So, they still aren't giving me what us gamers want.
Wait, where'd you say this was supposed to be?
It's... Look in the chat window there, Rob. It's posted twice.
Well, I got to be looking at the chat window to see that.
So, but anyways, so that's how you
Hmm.
get to it. Again, that link is account.xbox.com/en-us/achievements. I don't know how
Yep.
it'll work if you're out of the U.S. I would assume put in whatever change the en-us. That's English U.S. Change it to something else, I suppose, if need be. But it should still work for anybody. And then you'll be able to see your achievements on Xbox One. And I mean, everything's there. It's just there's not
Yeah.
sortable, and it's not an activity feed, which is what I prefer. But that link, bookmark it, because that link is not available from the normal site. The normal site still tells you to use Smart Glass, so it's like nice.
Alright.
So,
Well, that's all. On to you.
oh, all right. Sorry, I wasn't trying to rain on your story, or anything.
Oh no, you're fine.
So it just disappointed me when I checked it out earlier today. All right, so I think Democulus made the news. He made almost $1 million. Oh no, wait, that's not Jason. So Michael Thomason is the Guinness certified owner of the world's largest video game collection, and his attempt at selling his massive gaming collection has attracted a top bid. What the time of this article was at 50,000. The auction ended, and that total skyrocketed to $750,250. $750,000, guys, just for his video game collection.
And you say it was on auction.
It was on auction, yes.
Okay, so let's think about that. He's then going to lose about 10 to 15% to the auction house.
Well, it depends on how he did the auction. I don't know if it was. I would assume he went to a real auction house, not like an eBay.
Right. Oh yeah.
They'll take 30%.
Okay, 30%. Okay.
But still, I
And
mean,
then-
it's still almost $1 million.
Yeah.
Someone plunked down for video games.
I think the
And
Democulus did it.
Yeah, and then get this. He'll owe the taxes because he'll have to put that as earnable income. So he'll owe taxes on that to the wonderful government.
Well, I don't know. Is he here in the States?
I thought he was.
I have no idea if he's in the States or.
Huh.
He might not be.
He'll get 100,000 out of it.
Still, it's
So-
a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
That's, can you imagine, Brian, or Rob trying to tell your wives that, hey, I just bought a video game collection on eBay for $750,000.
No. She did. Right now, my wife doesn't even want to hear, "Hey, I spent $500 on Xbox One," let alone $750,000 on a gaming collection.
Well, the Xbox One might not be in that collection. So you're okay, right?
Yeah.
She won't have to hear that you bought an Xbox One. You bought every other system.
For $750,000, I hope it's in there.
Yeah. It's an investment.
So, but I thought that
Sorts.
was a very interesting story. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of money, man, for someone just a hobby. So, Jason, I guess keep it up. Maybe you'll get your money back someday if you ever decide to sell. So, but I'd be curious to know how many this guy had. I'll have to do some research just to see what his collection, how many pieces he had. I don't think this particular article tells us, but it'll be neat to show. And then I'll check with Jason and see how many pieces he has. So I know Democulus has got. I think they got over 5,000 Xbox games, something like that.
Wow.
So, that's a couple
That's crazy.
dollars. And he's got. Oh, and they also, I think they've got. What was it? He posted in our group the other day, and I refused to talk about it last week. I didn't want to give him the press time. I was teasing him, but they own every. I'm gonna have to look it up. There's some system they own every game for now.
Oh, yeah.
They actually completed their collection. Well, I guess for U.S.-based games, all games released in the U.S. for that particular system. I can't remember the name of the system, so I will look it up. It was in our group. I'll find it. So.
Cool.
So next.
All right. Halo 5 Guardians. People are definitely interested in finding out everything they can about this game. since there's a lot of Halo fans out there. They released, or not they, and I meaning anybody, but the folks that make Halo released some information about the Mirror Chief, the mysterious Mirror Chief, which will be called Agent Locke. That's kind of interesting.
Is it Locke or Locky?
It's got to be Locke.
Okay.
So it's Locke with an E at the end of it. I think
Right.
it's pronounced Locke.
Loki.
Or Loki. I was going to say or Loki.
Or something, yeah. And then there was an interview by Eurogamer of the 343 boss, Bonnie Ross, where she explained that the...
Oh, interruption. The
What?
entire Nokia N-Gage collection.
No.
What?
He now owns the entire Nokia N-Gage collection.
That's a phone.
I know. He still owns it all.
Yeah, that's true.
What can you say, huh? What do you have? Huh?
I don't even
Nothing.
have one. Yeah.
Right. Bam. Isn't that the taco phone? Wasn't the
taco.
N-Gage the one they called the taco because you had to turn it sideways? It was like a Game Gear, but to talk on the phone, you had to turn it sideways so it looked like a taco. I think that's the one.
I don't know.
Anyway, sorry
know.
for the interruption.
But I remember there was something, I want to say there was something weird about it where you had to flip it or turn it sideways. Anyway, let's get on to more interesting things with the 5. So she says that he is human. This is talking about Agent Locke. He is human. He's always been human, but the end of Halo 4... What? Let me backtrack. Sorry here. The aim, according to Ross, is to give fans a handle on Locke. So when you end up with Halo 5 Guardians, you have an idea of the background of his new character. Fans of Master Chief needn't worry, however, as the iconic Spartan will remain the star of both the show and the upcoming game. Speaking about the journey that he's had to go on in Halo 5, Ross explained, "You'll be going deeper inside his head than ever before. He's human. He's always been human, but the end of Halo 4, he really is reflecting on who he is and why he exists." That was very deliberate because the story we want to tell on Xbox One really is an important part and the main part of his hero's journey. It's more about what he's searching for versus the UNSC is asking him to do. So Halo 5 is a continuation of Master Chief's story.
Yay.
So
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Hey, Braun,
Master Chief is my favorite. Yep.
can I interrupt again? What's this with you smooching a squirrel?
Huh?
What's
Oh,
this with you?
where were we? We were
I
at.
don't know. You're
we
getting
were
awful
at
friendly
Universal.
With a squirrel.
Yeah, we were at Universal, and like if you drop any food or anything on the ground, like pigeons and birds and everything, like fly down to it. Well, there was a. I'm gonna have to sneeze.
That's you.
Excuse me. There was a squirrel next to
Squirrel.
basically in the area for The Simpsons that he was just coming out and we were handing him like a chip and he would take a chip and go bury it, eat some of it and bury it. Well, one of the times I stuck a cookie in my mouth and just stuck my head down and it came over and just snatched that cookie right out of my mouth and took off with it. So,
Yeah, your wife
No.
just posted it.
yeah, I was kissing a squirrel.
Or earlier she did. I just saw it.
Yeah.
All right, I know. Sorry, it has nothing to do with video games. I'm just getting way off track. All right, moving on.
No. So, Visceral, they're the ones that are working on Battlefield Hardline. They're also probably going to be working on the newer Star Wars Battlefront game, I guess, if you want to say that. Because they're working with DICE and stuff like that on those games. Most of you may know them well from Dead Space, the Dead Space series.
Yeah.
So, which is a series I never played. But they were asked of them, like, hey, we want a new Dead Space. Are we going to be getting one since Visceral is so busy? the short answer is that yes, you're going to get a new Dead Space, but it's not in development now. So you can take that as good news or bad news, but there is another one coming, just not right now. So
That's great news, man. Dead Space was such a great series.
yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. I haven't played any of them, so maybe that's a game they should think about giving away with Games for Gold, the Dead Space game.
Whew, I remember, man, playing the first Dead Space. There was a point where I'm sitting there going, I don't want to go down that hallway. I was just, dude, it messed with you, man. Rob, I don't know if you can play it. It'll come back.
Yeah.
It'll haunt you with those memories of AVP.
Oh yeah.
It's like that. I'm sitting here, just like you're starting to walk down the hall, and all of a sudden you hear things, and it was the sound that just jacked you up. I'm like, I don't want to go down there.
I remember doing a demo of Dead Space 2 on my computer, and I had my headphones on, and I'm walking along, and the thing jumps out at me, ended up like shooting off his leg or something, then it's crawling after me, and I'm just like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Put my headphones down. I'm like, I'm out of here. So I was like, nope,
good.
all done.
It's so good. All right.
All right.
Okay, so moving on, we got some Respawn Entertainment news. The Titanfall creators are recruiting for a new project, and it isn't simply Titanfall 2. Unless, of course, Titanfall 2 is a third-person action game, and Respawn is not limiting itself to just pumping out brand new maps. So instead, they've got two job descriptions on their website that hint that they're working on a third-person action game. Respawn are looking for senior animators and a senior character artist, both with experience working on third-person action exploration games. So third-person action exploration games. And then God of War developer Stig Asmussen jumped from Sony Santa Monica to Respawn a few months ago. And of course, so it kind of looks like maybe they might be looking to make a God of War style of game. If they've got this Stig guy over there, and they're looking for third-person action exploration games. So I'm kind of glad to see that obviously Titanfall was a success. We're going to see a Titanfall 2, but I would love to see more stuff come out of Respawn to see what they can do branching out of that Call of Duty type of model that they obviously do very well. So we'll keep you updated on this as we find out more information.
All right. I see couple people are saying they're having trouble getting the show. Check 84, and I believe Jimmy 44. Oh, Jimmy, you're probably going to be mad at me for getting your name. 4403 was dropping a lot. I think the issue might actually be on the Twitch side, because I've been posting in there like Twitch, the whole UI and everything seems to have changed over the week that I was gone. So I think they're pushing out their updates, but
yeah, I mean, I've got my Xbox One feed. I always leave that on, and that is still running. And I am watching it through my browser. I got it muted, but it is not dropped yet. So, and we're still broadcasting, so we haven't dropped a single frame. So we're running smooth, so it's probably on the Twitch side.
Okay.
Again, Twitch is
Twitchy.
They're doing a lot. They're adding, I expect there to be issues because they are adding all kinds of stuff to it. And they're I mean, what was it? They have so many millions of people were watching over E3 through Twitch. So you got everybody, all these game consoles now are pumping data to them, and so we apologize, but it's not anything we can control. That is Twitch. But we do encourage you to, just send them an email or check, post in their forums that, hey, I'm having problems watching my shows, and just to let Twitch know that, hey, the things aren't working 100% here. So that'd be the best thing that you guys can do. So.
Okay.
All right, who's next?
All right.
Who's
Rob.
next?
Me? Okay, all right.
So
Hey, better swing! RBI Baseball 14 comes to what they call the next-gen consoles, but as Mark calls them, they're current-gen consoles.
Darn
they're going to
Skippy.
become what?
Oh, and by the way, as noted by the community, it's all my fault. So the Twitch things are all my fault. Thanks, Check84.
Yes. Yes.
I know
Right.
someone that's going to get booted from the contest next week. I know. Oh, look at this entry. Check84, delete. I'm just kidding.
Nice.
I'm just kidding. Sorry, you were saying, Rob.
I don't remember what I was saying,
RBI
but I was
baseball.
talking about RBI Baseball 14. It came out on just about every other platform except Xbox One and PS4. I believe it came out in April 9th. It was out for the 360, iOS, Android, etc. And on Tuesday, June 24th, it will be out for Xbox One. Look for it.
59.99.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there looking like, the IGN score was a 4.5 out of 10.
Hey, it's not a
And-
1.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I've been looking to look at trying to find a video of this game. There still isn't any videos for this game. So it's like,
It's a closely guarded secret.
yeah.
I'm surprised you haven't picked it up, Ron, on the 360.
Nope.
I mean, has anybody in our community that's watched on Twitch played RBI Baseball on their 360? Or, I mean, when they said, "Oh, it's coming out on 360 and the PS3 and the PS4 and the Xbox One and iOS," I'm like, I think I can skip that one.
Yeah.
When you throw in iOS and Android, yeah, I'm not seeing this as a viable console game worth buying. So,
Hmm. They may as well make it like part hidden object game to make it interesting or something. I don't know. So anyway, Tuesday, June 24th, 1999 is your cost on Xbox One.
All right. So,
Whoa, that was cool.
yeah,
Unison.
we're on the same on the same page here.
yeah, we are.
I'm looking at this article here, and it's kind of discussing on how Ubisoft, Activision, and EA are preparing for the next gen only future. So it kind of go at a high level here. Let me put my reading glasses on. I was going through this and I was trying to figure out how would I go over this or discuss this. So I'm going to have you guys join in on this with me, because in the past, when a new console comes out or a new generation of consoles, as our current generation we have today, PS4, Xbox One, and our old generation, typically you have a good spread or a good time frame between, when they go to the newest version only. So, still making games for the Xbox 360, still making them for the PS3, while they're doing that dual release method. And it always seems where it's like a year or two before they jump next gen or new gen only. Well, I'm reading here, and what I was reading here is like how these companies are preparing, and they're doing things like, making exclusive games here and there. But the big thing that kind of jumped out at me was that this generation, the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, have sold a combined 10 million units in 4 months, which is twice as fast as last generation. So the big thing they're saying is, we have to, they have to make money, so they have to make the games for where the fan base, where the customer base is, so they can recoup some of their money. And the whole thing for that is you have to get buy-in and you have to get new customers on the newest generation before you can kind of leave the old behind. And what it's looking like is it's happening twice as fast. So a lot of these companies here now are going strictly, they're starting their next round now are probably going to be next generation at that point. So, you got games like Sunset Overdrive, you got a lot of the ones that, Xbox and Sony announced, obviously they were talking about them being for the new generation games and being exclusive to the company, but they are kind of leaving, the 360 out of it. I think EA tends to stick around a little bit longer. But for somebody like me, the 360 only right now, I'm not too sad about that. It's like, do these companies have to hang around? Do they have to? How long should they stick around? I mean, to me, it's like 10 million. I mean, if you need if you need to sell 1 million to 2 million for a game to be successful, can't you cut loose now and just go next gen only, or what? Nothing. No comments. Just curious on what I mean. I'm trying to figure out how to tie this one in there. Maybe it's just a bad story to bring into it, but what do you think? What do you think about like the life of the PS3 and the 360? How long should they stick around?
Well, didn't they say that they were going to do 2 years of support or something?
Well, that might
At least
be
that
Xbox.
was Microsoft. That was Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Microsoft's going to support it. That doesn't mean that Microsoft Studios is going to develop any new games for it, and it doesn't mean that EA, say the next Madden, I would expect that we're going to see. I see 360 games coming out probably this next year. I would think 2015, you'll start to see this stuff slowly, filter out. But there's too many 360s and PS3s out there that, and still not enough PS4s and Xbox Ones to really, I think, for them to just completely drop the 360.
Right.
But I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, they've got to move where people are buying the games, and they want to move stuff forward as well.
And
But
when you figure some of the larger houses, I'll use like a Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed as an example. So they make they're coming out with that new one, Unity. I don't remember if it's going across all the platforms, but let's say it was.
Unity is new gen only. They have a different name. They have a different name.
Okay, well, let me say AC4 then. Okay. Mm-hmm. So AC4, they had a choice. Are they going to develop for the new, old, or whatever? They do it for all of the systems. So you're going to leverage 75, 80 million 360s, right? Something like that. You're going to leverage 5 million Xbox One. Some of those people have both systems, 360 and Xbox One. You got the PS3s, you got the PS4s, and who knows what else. You're going to target all those markets. If you've got the resources for it, if you can make your product easily portable from system to system.
and if you can make money.
Yeah, but if you hit, I guess development costs can factor in. But if you hit more systems, you're more apt to hit or to generate more sales, I would think.
Well, but then again, too, though, the other issue on this is, some people take the 360 crowd and say, okay, I haven't upgraded, I don't want to upgrade. And then you got those that got rid of their 360 and went to an Xbox One, and they're like, well, I'm not getting the full benefits of the next gen because everything has to be written to run on a 360. So until they stop, a developer can right now double dip, if you will. They can write a game, and then they can either upgrade it to the X1 or they can downgrade it to the 360, and same with the PlayStation. They can put it on both platforms. But that means it's got to run on the lowest common denominator. So it has to be able to run on the 360 and the PlayStation 3. That means the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One versions are not going to get as much stuff in it or extra time and love and extra next-gen features with more character models on screen or more, you're going to have, that's where you're still going to have, I got 100 zombies on the screen, but they all look the same. Instead of 100 individual zombies all wearing a completely different outfit and looking completely different, you're not going to get that. So the developers are going to be held back from being able to really push the hardware until they drop the older stuff. So I mean that's kind of where they're at right now. But I would say for probably the rest of 2014 into 2015, you'll probably have a lot of stuff on 360 and PS3, and then you're going to start to see it disappear. Probably in the end of by holiday 2015. They're probably going to be all Xbox One and PlayStation 4 stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say you have to finish out your any game that you have currently in development. You finish it. You don't do any new projects involving the old generation. I mean, Vengeful said it in here. You know, it's like, hey, it's been 10 years. Move on, turn the page, go to the next system. And as a person who doesn't own a next system, I agree with that. I'm completely fine. You know, you're splitting up your resources. You have developers doing this when you could just pull them all together and make one killer, game for the next system. Because, unless you plan on selling Call of Duty or Titanfall, or, you plan on selling 8, 10, 15, 20 million units to try to break even or to make money on it. If there's 10 million out there and there's right now there's very little games, you're going to have close to 10 million in sales if the game's good. So, but
and just a Twitch update, my Xbox One feed crashed. So the whole
we're still
app
running.
crashed. So there you go.
Yep.
But,
we're still running.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I can see it on on my PC window.
Okay.
I'm just saying, people were talking about stuff, not working.
Crashing.
Just saying,
Yeah.
yep. So,
All right.
all right.
Well, that's all I had.
Okay. So we'll move on into Battlefield 4 news. Dragon's Teeth is the next DLC that is coming out. We do not have a release date yet, but there's going to be 5 new weapons, a ballistic shield, and the remote-controlled fighting robot called RAWR will all be included. Not to mention there's going to be 10 new assignments and the new Chain Link game type, which rewards teams for capturing and holding strings of points across the map. There are 4 new maps too, one of which, Sunken Dragon, lets you drain the lake of a floating restaurant, Bob's, so arrogantly above. So I guess the restaurant's going down. This will let you drive land vehicles right up to it. No specific date, but we will keep you updated when this is made available. But Dragon's Teeth for Battlefield 4 is coming soon.
All right. Cool. So Destiny is an interesting new title from Bungie. Next generation MMO, I believe it is, right? Yeah, it's an MMO first-person shooter. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of content that is exclusive to the PS3 and the PS4. And there was a retailer, Amazon, of all retailers, I guess, that leaked a bunch of information on this, basically saying that this content will be on PlayStation exclusively until at least fall 2015. So, we don't know for sure if this is 100% legit, but hey, if it comes from Amazon, you figure it's better than Bob's discount video game shop down the street.
Yeah.
It's a year.
Anyway.
It's a year.
Yeah, it's a year. What you get with that is there is a unique co-op strike mission on Mars, a competitive map, a bunch of exclusive guns, gear, and 3 ships. So also interesting is this game is going to be a $500 million game. That's a lot of money. That's crazy. So they,
$3.
yeah, Bungie's dropping a little bit of money to develop this thing, which
Activision is dropping a lot of money for them
Yeah.
to build this game.
yeah, that's true.
So, but all right,
That's all.
cool. All right. So
I got
Xbox.
Quick question. Quick question.
Yep.
Because the whole, Destiny and Bungie, there was a conversation in our group recently about Bungie giving all this love to Sony, even though Bungie essentially was made, they have achieved what they have achieved because of Xbox fans in Halo. So a lot of people are saying, some people are saying, well, it's wrong of Bungie to basically take a crap on Xbox fans by giving Sony all this love when they've not been on that platform. Others are saying that's the nature of the business, deal with it. What do you guys think?
Well, I can say that Sony paid them to do it, so they won out over Microsoft. Either they just gave more, or Microsoft just walked away from it, saying it's not worth it. And really, it's a mission. It's a mission and some ships. Who cares? But then again, maybe I'm looking at it from the wrong perspective. To some people, that really might matter. But there's going to be other missions. There's going to be other ships.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's Sony paid a lot of money to Activision, and Activision is saying that these people are getting extra content. Maybe it's not Bungie themselves, doing that. It's really onto the publisher. But how much did Sony give those guys to make that? And really, if you think about it, Activision is making so much money off of Sony because Sony is paying for extra stuff for Destiny, and Xbox is putting a lot of money in for Call of Duty.
Right.
So it's just like it's just one of those things, and
But there's a big difference between a year exclusive content for a year compared to a month or 2 months. I mean, Call of Duty first DLC coming first to Xbox is only exclusive for like a month or two. I don't even know if it's 2 months. I think it's like 4 weeks. And it's DLC. So here's the whole storyline has been, Bungie Destiny is gonna, they're basically saying the place to play this game is on the PlayStation. And it just seems odd when Bungie's roots, I know they were like a Mac developer with Marathon, I think the name of the game was. And when they were building Halo, it was supposed to be for like a Mac gaming shooter, and Microsoft ended up buying it for the Xbox. But it's like they became somebody because of Halo on the Xbox. And it was Xbox fans that built this company to where they are. I mean, we bought the games. And so as soon as they go off on their own, it's like giving the big middle finger to Xbox. I mean, a lot of people feel that way. Now, and I see it. I see both ways. I'm kind of like, well, it is a business. If they made money and Sony's willing to fork over the money to try to steal business back from Microsoft, from the premier developer that made Xbox so famous, good job by Sony. I mean, they went out and went after it. But from Bungie's standpoint, and just the kind of person I myself am, I'd have a really hard time kind of dumping on the people that made me successful. And that's what it kind of feels like.
Yeah. And I'm a huge Bungie fan. They're one of my favorite developers, obviously, because like what you're saying, because of Halo. But I mean, I don't know. I imagine Microsoft had a chance to throw some money at them to get some stuff, and they are just putting their money elsewhere.
Yeah. They're
dumping their money into, maybe they spread it out to 2 or 3 things, and I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I mean, not only Sony seems to be making a lot out of these guys, making a lot off of these guys, because not only are they getting Destiny and they're getting their year deal, but they're also people from Bungie, I think I read a story, helped them to design the new controller. They also, they helped with Xbox Live. I mean, they were integral. They were really tied into Xbox Live and the community and online matchmaking and all that stuff. And like they're going to be able to show show the guys on the PlayStation side possibly how to do things like that. If they're sharing any of that information, there's just a lot of stuff that, Bungie knows and they learned from Microsoft that they're going to be able to like hand over, if you want to put it that way. But I don't know. I guess money talks. So, but
all right. Well, we need to probably get moving on. We're getting dissenters in the group wanting to know about games we haven't talked about, and we're getting to them. Everything that's been mentioned in the chat, we are getting to here really quickly. So yeah, mine. This one here is gonna be a quick one. Xbox One, Hitman. They're trying again, but with. Didn't you just skip me?
no, did I? I thought I was after Rob.
Oh, okay. I thought you had the Destiny. Sorry. Keep going. You were right. I'm just tired. It's been a long week. I've been in
Yeah.
Cub Scout day camp out in the 105-degree heat for 3 days, okay? So I'm a little loopy today.
Yep.
Sorry.
So, Japan, Xbox One. With this, there's going to be some Japanese exclusives, which is I think one thing that they didn't do with the 360. So maybe this one will help out and work over there. So I'm just going to rattle off. I'm going to attempt to rattle off the names of these games that they are getting as exclusives. So you get Destiny Warriors 7, Empires, and let's just say Destiny Warriors 7. You are also going to be getting a new Raiden game, which is developed by Moss. And that's not Metal Gear Raiden. That is the shoot 'em up type of game.
Up.
Shmup, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Ajito, Ajito from Hamster Corporation. Natsuki Chronicle. And Shooting Love, trilogy from Triangle Service.
Whoa.
Ooh,
That almost sounds like an AO rated game.
yeah. And the Chaos Child. Oh my gosh. Let's just say Chaos Child. something. It's like Miscreant F and Psychopass or something like that. Chaos Child. I don't know. There's just like 3 or 4 of them all scattered in there. I never know which ones are which. And then there's also, I think that's about it. They said Destiny Warriors 7, but then they also mentioned Destiny Warriors 8. So it's going to be interesting on the whole Destiny Warriors thing if anybody's ever played those. So I've heard they're all excellent.
They gotta be pretty good if they were making 7 or 8 of them, right?
It's kind of one of those things. Every time you hear about it, it's kind of like a little laugh behind it. Like, hey, there's a new Destiny Warriors, and everyone's like, oh, another one? Really? You're kidding me? You know, it's kind of one of those things. So, but it's your turn now.
Okay, thanks, Braun.
Yes.
Trials Fusion has gotten a update. So this is the side-scrolling 2.5D platform racer. Trials, awesome game. If you don't have it, it's awesome. So they got their first update that introduces tournaments and also highlights the 10 best user-created tracks, and you'll find those in Track Central. Tournaments and Trials games traditionally string together a bunch of tracks one after the other, accumulating your times and retries and ranking your pitiful efforts against your buddies and the rest of the world. Each tourney is only active for an infinite amount of time and bestows XP, rider parts, and in-game cash depending on your overall rank. There are multiple tournaments to choose from across 3 difficulties. So this update is entirely distinct from the Season Pass, which can be bought separately when we introduce 6 new pieces of content. So this is not part of the Season Pass. This is just an update. So, all right, that's it for that.
All right. Major League Gaming app came to the Xbox One and 360. So you can load these apps up and watch their scheduled programming content. There's a championship that I'm not sure if it's still going on, but it started on Friday that a lot of people were all high up on. So you might want to check this thing out. It's the Major League Gaming app for MLG.TV content. That's all.
All right.
All right, now
So
the next 4 topics, 3 of them will be, where are you? Have you not talked about these? The next 4, 3 of these have been requested from the community tonight.
Yeah, it's JAP 28. Does he go by Jap 28? or JAP28?
I don't know.
I'm waiting for him to type, but it's an 8-second delay. So I guess I might be waiting here for a minute. Waiting,
No,
waiting,
just go.
waiting.
Come on, move on. We gotta go.
Still waiting for him. So he was wondering if we have spoken about 60-second shooter yet. Well, guess what? 60-second shooter is available right now on Xbox One. You heard it here, folks. Right now. So, if you're looking for one of those short, quick burst games, that a lot of people love to play, you have a 60-second shooter, which each level is 60 seconds long. Okay, now he answers. See, there's that delay. So 60 seconds, the idea is to get as many points as possible within that time frame. And, the quickest ways like to chain kills. And you can see the game inside the window now that's playing. So
I'm not
it
sure
looks
if
very
it's the actual same. This is 60-second shooter deluxe. I think this might not be, but it'll be something similar to it.
Yeah. I think that might be the PlayStation
Yeah.
version of it right there. It's probably going to be somewhat similar, but yeah, it's just, kind of, I'm trying to think of what was the game that when the 360 came out.
Gravity
Geometry
something?
Wars?
Geometry Wars. Yeah, it's very Geometry Wars, but 60-second bursts. Well, so it's pretty much like Geometry Wars for me because I could barely last 60 seconds as it was. So, but it's available right now for $4.99. So,
All right.
Is that okay? Did I cover everything, Mr. 28?
He'll tell you in about 8 seconds. All right. So, Rare, I guess it's my turn. This is the one story no one has asked about, but Rare does have Microsoft support, and the new games are in development. So, recently there was some laying off at Rare, especially right after Microsoft said they're basically kicking Kinect out of the bundles, which I think is wrong to do. But Microsoft Studio Europe chief Phil Harrison told Eurogamer that despite the recent round of layoffs to hit the former Banjo-Kazooie developer, Microsoft has no plans to abandon the studio. I'm very happy to go on record to alleviate any of those concerns you might have, he said. We are very fortunate in having Rare and Lionhead in the UK as crown jewels of Microsoft Studios. Rare is working on a couple of things at the moment, which we will announce at the right time, but I'm really excited by the things they're doing, and I believe you will be as well when you hear about them. Rare is an incredibly talent, and they have some very, very ambitious plans for the future, and we're supporting them in every way we can. So last we heard, Rare was apparently reevaluating which projects to pursue following the decision to stop bundling Kinect. So, maybe we'll see some of their older franchises make a return, which I would like to see. I think a good platformer, Banjo-Kazooie, would be nice. Perfect Dark Zero done properly might be nice. Or now they call it Perfect Dark 1, right? 1, get it? Oh!
Yep.
So that's it. But we'll keep you updated as any new details out of Rare come along.
All right. So for Xbox One, there's a game called Outlast, which is now available in the store, along with its DLC. I was actually looking at this one earlier today, trying to figure out what the heck it was. And one thing, I don't think I've mentioned this before, it's kind of getting off a little tangent here, but I find it annoying that they don't have trailers for a lot of games. I think they rely on
Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch and people uploading their stuff, but I'd still like to see an actual trailer rather than somebody like bumping into a wall or whatnot. Anyway, getting back to the story here. So Outlast is in the Microsoft Store. It's available for $20, and its DLC called Whistleblower is also available for an additional $9. I was kind of confused about this game when I initially saw it. It looked kind of like a Myst style game, but there's definitely characters in there, and there's a lot of crazy weird stuff. I don't know what to make of it. However, it's kind of a scary game, horror, because it's set in the Mount Massive Asylum. It's been available out on the PS4 and the PC for some time, and now it's available for the Xbox One. You might want to check it out if it's your thing.
Cool.
So, are you sure that there's not? I'm going to take a quick peek. If you go on the Xbox One, you go over to the games section, and you look at this. I think Brun's tired. If you
I
look
drove for
up-
19 hours yesterday.
We're almost done. We're almost done.
Oh no, I'm fine. I'm fine.
If you go,
Okay.
I see broadcast. There's game clips.
Mhm.
There's from Upload Studio. Yeah, there are no trailers, are there? There's images.
There were trailers for something. I mean, they are there, but basically what you've got is the upload stuff, Twitch.
That's all I'm seeing.
You're basically looking at user generated content.
So no official. But you know what? In a way, that's kind of nice because
Yeah.
this way you see the game from the
Yeah, you see more than
the
you would
real
the
game,
trailer.
not some marketing slide.
Yeah.
So
Because I'm just used to like how it was on the 360, where for the majority of games you could just pop open the game and then launch a trailer and maybe look at some screenshots and whatnot. But they're kind of doing the same thing, but just in a different format.
I've heard this
So
is a
it's-
good game. Have you tried
Yeah.
it?
No, I haven't,
Because
because it
I
doesn't
haven't,
have a trailer.
No.
I know. Well, the thing is, it kills me, and I still think it's going to hurt them. There's no demos,
Yeah.
so
That-
I bought a lot of stuff on Xbox 360 that I would have not bought, and I tried the demo, and I was like, "Ooh, this is fun," and I
Yeah.
ended up buying the game. I don't even look at this stuff because there's no demo for me to try out, so I don't even bother with them. I buy a lot fewer games now. So
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, demos are always really nice to have. I mean, that's just like with iOS and stuff like that. Like, how many times have you looked at a game or an app? It doesn't have to be a game, but any app on your phone, and you're just like, oh man, I would really like to be able to try this out before I buy it. And I can't remember if in iOS 8 you're going to be allowed to do that. I think they're allowing developers to do trials and stuff in the newer version, in the new OS version. I can't remember if I remember hearing that or not. But a demo, I mean, yeah, a demo can either hurt you or help you. One of those things. And if you're worried about it hurting you, don't put out a demo. But I can tell you, without a demo, sometimes I'm just not, I'm not going to sink the money into it.
Yeah, you're not going to take that leap of faith.
Yeah.
You're dropping 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 bucks on it.
Yeah. It only takes getting burnt once to ruin it forever.
And like I said, it's kind of nice to see the broadcast from Twitch. And someone, Chosen Messiah, said, "Well, you can YouTube it." That's true, you can. But the problem with those, and I stated this before, you are getting the gameplay itself. You're seeing it instead of some marketing guy and his photoshopping and making it all look like what it really isn't. Building it up, so you see it for what it is, but you're not playing it. So
Yeah.
a game could be fun, but when you're watching someone else, they might be doing something you wouldn't do, or you're like, it's just you can't get the feel of what playing the game's like just from watching it. It's not going to be the same thing. So
Yeah, and
I think it's the problem. That's where I think a demo should have been required, especially in a digital world. It just seems like if you're going to make us all go digital only and be stuck with the game, then gosh darn it, you should give me an opportunity to try it out first. Otherwise, I'm not going to even bother with it, and that's the route I've taken. I've gone all digital. You don't have a demo for me, and it's not a AAA title that I definitely want, then I'm not even going to bother with it. So they're going to lose sales for me. I'm only one person, but I feel a lot of people will be that way.
Yeah.
So,
and just from my standpoint of when I'm looking at those games, granted you can YouTube it, but to be honest, if I can't see it right there in the interface, in the Xbox Dash or whatever the new one's called, if I can't see it right then and there, I'm not going to look. I'm not going to bother YouTubing it. I don't want to say I don't care that much, but it's that moment is lost. My interest is going to be gone. I'm not going to remember it later on. And for the games where I actually have looked at the content that they have on there, the stuff that's been broadcasted and whatnot, half the stuff is, I don't want to say uninteresting, but it's just like some guy walking down the corridor. It's the wrong period in the game to look at it to pique your interest.
Yeah.
So timing of that stuff is very important, because if you're, let's say it's an RPG or of some sorts, and the video that you're watching is somebody messing with their inventory, I mean, what interest is that going to generate? Like none.
Yeah,
So-
it's true.
So
Especially like I've watched some Elders. No. What's that game coming out? Like Elder Scrolls Online? I think that's what it was. It's on PC, but it was
ESO.
delayed on the consoles.
yeah.
I was watching someone, and they were like a half hour just sitting in their inventory doing stuff, and I'm just like, oh, forget this. I'm like, it was on while I was working on something. Every time I'd look over, it's just like that's all they're doing. Like, and I look at my watch, it's like in 30 minutes, they're still playing in their inventory. They're not even
Yeah.
playing the game.
Right.
Like, yeah, this doesn't sell me. Great point.
Mm-hmm.
So, if it's something during an action scene or when something interesting is happening, that's cool. Because with the Outlast game, the one that I saw was some kind of fight inside a hallway, and it looked interesting. See this dude just getting like trashed through the hallway and stuffed into a vent. But I guess it is what it is.
All
If you really care, YouTube it
right.
or something.
All right, so I guess that takes us to our final story, huh? And to the title
Yes.
of the show.
Yes. Very big news. So what you have here is Halo Wars 2 might be teased. And here is the reason why. With the recent Halo Wars Easter egg and Phantom Dust trailer at E3, Frank O'Connor decided to address in a recent NeoGAF Ask Me Anything. The Easter egg in the trailer can be seen below with the image that is referenced. Yep, you just have to...
Not the one that we were showing.
Not the one we're showing, but you might not have to go look here. Let me do this. You see the image there. So in the Ask Me Anything, a user asked, Mr. O'Connor says, "Do you have anything to share about Halo Wars 2?" His response is, "Not at the moment," and that poster was just a weird coincidence. So the poster that's in there is really not a tease or anything. It was a poster for Halo Wars. It was not for Halo Wars 2. So it's just, you can kind of take it at that. But the user then comes back and replies, "This is okay. Do you really expect me to believe you after your constant denial of the Halo 2 anniversary?" which is true.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, you guys said no and no and no and no, and all of a sudden, hey, it's here. But he replied to that and said, "Read what I wrote carefully," and that's the way he left it. So if you read it like I just read it carefully, not at the moment. So that can mean one of two things: is
It's in the works.
there is news. Yeah, there is news. They just don't have anything to share right now. It's not a complete no. It's just saying, hey, we don't have anything to share right at the moment. You're asking, can you share any news? We're just saying, not yet. So, but that is awesome news there. That kind of, with the rumors of there being an RTS, either being a Halo Wars or I always do this every single time. What's the other one? Age of Empires.
Yeah.
And this here going on and them saying that is, to me, it hopefully is more leaning toward that Halo Wars. So,
And and there's some talk in our group here about the Halo Wars. If you didn't play the original Halo Wars, it is an RTS game,
yes,
but it's not. It's like an RTS light because it was built for a console. So, if you're really into micromanaging, then you might not like Halo Wars because you couldn't really micromanage down to that level. It was a very, watered down RTS, if you will. It's kind of like send all my units here, send all my units here. It was, it was kind of more like that. But it was an absolutely fun game to play. It's something different. And the cutscenes in the story were out of this world phenomenal.
Oh.
I've never seen cutscenes that gorgeous. I mean, it's still to this day, I'm like, that was the best that I have ever
Yeah.
seen. Just phenomenal. And there's one, it was like the second to last cutscene in the game. I remember I was floored, and it was the one that everybody was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yes.
It was just unbelievable. It was so good, So if you're a Halo fan, I say give it a try. Give Halo Wars a try. You can get it really cheap, I'm sure. For Xbox 360, it is a fun game. It is cooperative. You can hit me up. I'll play through it with you. It's a fun game. So look for people and play through it cooperative if you want help with it. But it's you're gonna probably be able to pick it up for a few bucks. It's well worth it.
Was that a Games for Gold? Was that one of the first?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought it was for some reason.
It might have been. I don't know.
I don't think so.
But anyways, if it was, then it's too late now. So,
Halo Wars next free game. Maybe those are guys just speculating.
could be. There's been a lot of that. So we don't have anything further with it. I'm excited for it. Hoping that this is definitely a true, and I like the idea that Frank O'Connor said, read what I wrote. We don't have anything to announce yet. To me, that says they're working on it or it's planned. So I'll take that as, well, I mean, hey, 2 years ago at E3, we saw when Xbox One was revealed, or I guess a year ago, 2 E3s ago, right? We saw the Crackdown emblem on the dashboard. I said, it's coming. That was just a picture, and I was right. So
Yeah.
take it. I'm calling this one as valid. That they have. That's an official announcement. Halo Wars 2 is on the way. So I would expect it.
Cool.
And I'll be there day one to buy it.
Yeah, that's a must. So
Alright.
good.
All right, so community time. You can catch us on Facebook. Join the community. That's where everybody in our group is chitting and chatting and keeping communication going, setting up games to play. Meeting people. It's a good group of people. So if you want to meet some good guys to game with or add to your friends list, we do at the top of our group. Once you're in the group, at the very top that says Files, you click that, you'll see a document that you can look at for people's names, because their real names on Facebook, and you're like, well, who's that? But their gamer tags are listed in that document. That is, you can add yourself if you want to add it. You can go in and edit and have yourself added that document. If you want to add people, you can look at that document. The people that are listed there have volunteered their name in gamer tag there. So those are people that are saying, go ahead and add me to your friends list if you want. So it's a good place to meet some people. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/thisxboxlife, obviously. If you want to send us a voicemail, you can use it do that right on our website. Just make sure your microphone's hooked up. Click the little send voicemail option. It'll probably say, do you want to allow this application to control your microphone? Say yes. That just means allow it to record it, and then it'll send us your voicemail, and we will put it in the show. And we do have an email right now. We did get this week. So, Rob, did you want to read our email this week?
Sure, of course. So this is from Nightmare. Nightmare writes in, hey guys, just a quick question. Since Capcom is now in a position to be taken control of via controlling stock, do you think Microsoft would entertain the idea of snatching them up and making them a first-party studio? I know there are a ton of logistical issues impeding such a task, but wouldn't such action deal a big blow to Sony and assist Microsoft in the Asian market? I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you guys think?
Do you guys think that Capcom is that big? I mean, if Dead Rising, I should look it up. I don't know if Dead Rising 3 how many it sold, but I think it was a fantastic game. I loved that game. I would love to see Microsoft jump in and grab Capcom and make Dead Rising 3 an Xbox exclusive, or Dead Rising period an Xbox exclusive. That would be awesome. Because that's a popular franchise, and we're the only ones that got Dead Rising 3.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Capcom is, they've got a history of some pretty cool titles. I'm really not familiar with how they do in the Asian market, though. But
Well, they have a big, the big fighter,
yeah,
they-
they do Street Fighter, don't they? Is that them?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
All the Street Fighters and.
But I'm not a big Capcom fan either, just because of what they do with that. Because they release Street Fighter 4, and then they release Street Fighter 4 something else, Street Fighter 4 something else, Street Fighter, and they make you re-buy it every single time. And then like with Street Fighter 4, they did the whole like outfits thing, like the DLC was different colored outfits, and they were like $10, and it was like a mess. I can't remember everything, but but if you get their IP with it, then yes, their IP is definitely worth it. You just don't have to do the same thing they do. But they do own one of the bigger fighting games, so that's out there.
Yeah.
Dead Rising 3 sold 1.0, just over 1 million copies on the Xbox One. So if there's, what do they say? How many millions did they say? 3 million Xboxes sold? Or are we higher than that now?
I think we're around 3 to 4. Yeah, because I think Sony has like 6 or 7 or something. Yeah.
Let me look at the charts here. Xbox One at 4.6 million.
That's a pretty good attach rate.
PS4 is at 8.2 million. So yeah, they're twice what we are. But okay, so 4.6 million, and they've sold 1 million copies of that game. So 1 in every 4 owners has it. I think it's pretty significant.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And it'll probably continue to sell as the Xbox One continues to sell. So, I mean, anything used to be considered 1 million was a success. So,
yeah.
And if they're still going to pump out DLC, I think they could. That could easily show. It'd be a good move for Microsoft, I think. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about the other franchises.
Yeah.
But I myself would love to see it just so we could get some more exclusive. They would snag up a ton of IPs that would automatically become Xbox exclusives.
Right.
If they could do that fairly cheaply and then actually, make games based on those IPs, I'd say go for it.
Right. All right. Rob, you want to?
Okay. All right, let's move on. Okay, then retail releases for this week or this coming week. We've got a couple of titles, which is a nice change since it's been kind of lackluster past couple of weeks. But for the Xbox 360, we have Grid Autosports. Xbox One, we talked about a little while ago. RBI Baseball 14.
You're jumping around.
No, I'm going to hit them both.
No, I got stuff in order,
Okay,
pal.
okay.
Back the truck up.
So,
beep, beep,
all right,
beep,
okay.
Beep.
Xbox 360, Grid Autosport.
There you
And
go.
Valiant Hearts, The Great War.
There you go. Man.
Then for Xbox One, we have RBI Baseball and Valiant Hearts. You made me say Valiant Hearts, The Great War 2 times. No, I just said it 4 times.
Well, so
Or 3 times.
you got to give every platform their due.
Okay.
And I had to put the vision in twice. So gosh darn it, I'm going to show both of them.
Oh.
Even though it's the same image, I had to squeeze it into the window
Yeah.
and size it twice. Doc, you're going to let me play
Dang
show it
nabbit.
twice.
Dang nabbit.
Oh, that's right. Lost Planet is a Capcom game,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
See, I didn't like Lost Planet 1. I started it, didn't like it. I played through 2 only because Elite E-Dog 420 talked me into it. I skipped the third one because I got tired of playing the second one a bazillion times. But that could be cool if they, like, kind of did something different with it. So it wasn't such a Japanese title, you know? But that's the problem. I don't know. Capcom, that is a Japanese company, correct?
That's their style.
Yeah, I mean, it's not me. It's not my style. So, but Dead Rising 3, I didn't care for the first two because of the time limit. They dropped it, and the visuals and everything just were. Oh man, Dead Rising 3 was awesome. So they can improve on those franchises. So, but anyways, so Rob, where might one buy Valiant Hearts on either platform if they so choose to?
That's a very good question, Mark. Well, here's your answer. You can go to Amazon.com and purchase it there. But please remember to use our affiliate link at thisxboxlife.com/Amazon. It'll take you to Amazon from which you can then search for whatever you want. You don't have to get Valiant Hearts. You can get bandages. You can get ointment,
Cat litter.
cat litter, aquarium filters. Yes.
You can buy
That's-
laptops and monitors.
Yeah.
Get the new
And
Surface Pro 3.
Yeah. Xboxes. You can buy generators.
Yeah, Braun, you can buy your Xbox One. Come on.
You can buy mattresses. All that good stuff.
I'm looking at franchises by Capcom. Do you want me to rattle off a couple more real
Sure,
quick?
just before we close,
Sorry.
let's do that.
Yeah. So you have the Ace Attorney
Oh, yeah.
franchise, Bionic Commando,
Yeah.
Commando.
Awesome game.
We already said Dead Rising. Deep Down, Devil May Cry, which is a huge one. Dino Crisis, Dragon's Dogma, Final Fight, Ghost and Goblins, Lost Planet. We mentioned Mega Man is a big one. Monster
Wow,
Hunter.
yeah.
Monster Hunter's a big one.
Monster Hunter's
definitely
huge over in Japan.
Overseas, yep. Okami. I'm trying to think of how to pronounce this one. Onimusha. I can't. I know I'm saying that one wrong. Remember Me, Resident Evil.
Oh,
yeah.
Resident Evil. I didn't realize that was Capcom.
Yep.
Mm,
Yep.
That's right.
nice.
Star Gladiator, Street Fighter, Strider versus, and Beautiful Joe, which I don't know what that one is. But yeah, there's definitely some big ones in there.
There's some big deals in there.
Yep.
Go for it, Microsoft. Get it. Oh,
Do it.
Commando. Dude, I remember Commando
Mhm.
back on my Amiga 500, man. Little dude storming the beach, throwing a grenade. Dude, Commando was awesome.
Yeah.
There's
So
probably a Java version available now online.
Yeah, I'm sure.
yeah, and I don't know if this is the document or the article you're reading. I'll post it in there for everybody to look at. But it's like their units sold. I know you said, which one did you say? You rattled
Dead
off
Rising
one of
3
them.
was 1.04.
Oh, Dead Rising 3. So out of total units, Resident Evil's, these are franchises. Resident Evil sold 61 million. Street Fighter is 35 million. Monster Hunter 28 million. Devil May Cry 13 million. Dead Rising 7.5 million. And Lost Planet is 5.6 million.
Those are huge numbers, dude. Resident Evil is bank.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's and those are franchise sales, so that's across all the games. But yeah,
Right.
that's pretty big. So, and that one I mispronounced has done 8 million copies on its own.
So there's 8 million people out there that can pronounce it better than you.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
and with
Tough, man.
Vengeful Loki says yawn when it comes to Lost Planet. So since he's saying yawn, we all just don't even bother buying it because we all know he's right. His cat will attack you.
well, at least he got an automatic cat feeder today through our link. So yeah, he's still good in my book. All right, I think we're done if we're talking
I'm
about
good.
automatic cat feeders.
Yep.
Let's
So-
not turn into the Major Nelson show.
All right. So yeah, news on the giveaways. I saw people talking about the giveaways and if they missed anything. We didn't give away anything this week, but stay tuned to the Twitter and all that and Facebook groups and stuff, and be here for the next show.
$2.99. Yeah, we'll give away something on episode 300. Well, I think we should just give everything away on episode 300. That's a huge number for us.
Yeah.
So everybody get 1 week. And if you're late,
Yeah.
you're running behind, too bad. Those dedicated people listen to us every week and are here on the Twitch, they're going to benefit. So that's awesome. Yeah, let's give away a bunch of stuff, man. Everything we got on episode 300.
Yep.
You guys with me?
Fine. Yeah. Sure.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for listening and watching. We are truly grateful. Please rate us as many stars or give us a good review on your podcast platforming of choice. It will helps us get noticed and gets more listeners. So with that, I am Mark, aka Wingman. Before I go, remember, next week we will not be here on Sunday night. So check the Facebook group. We will tweet out as well our change of time. We'll probably know it tonight after we're going to hash it out tonight. We'll let you know this week when we will start. We're going to change our days. So, but thanks. With that, I'm Mark, aka Wingman 709, taking off.
I'm Rob, also known as Prestar. Thanks for listening, everybody. Catch y'all next week.
And Brun, BJ's Vic 33. Have a good one.